Stone put their list out.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure we can all find some hate. The 200 greatest hip hop albums of all time.
All right, give me the hateful stuff. Give me the stuff we should hate.
The list.
In its entirety.
I can't.
All right, top 20.
Damn near.
This is Rolling Stone's greatest rap albums of all time from 1 through 20. Well, y'all want me to start at 1 or 20?
20.
20, Future, DS2, Lil' Kim, Hardcore, Mad Villain, Mad Villainy, Kanye West, Yeezus, 16.
Yeah, what?
Cardi B,
Let him go.
Invasion of Privacy, 15, Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full,
What?
14, Ghostface,
Let's go,
Supreme
Ghost.
Clientele, 13, Dr. Dre, 2001, Clips, Lord Willin'. Thank you, Alex. Drake, Take Care, Lauryn Hill, Miseducation Lauryn Hill. At number 9, Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory, Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. 7, Missy Elliott, Missy So Addicted.
Missy, I love you.
Oh, okay. Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. 5, Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. 4,
Yo, come
Public
on,
Enemy,
fam.
It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. 3, Jay-Z, Blueprint. 2, Outkast, Stankonia. 1, The Notorious B.I.G., Ready to Die. That is the list.
This is a damn mess.
Now, insert Ice's speech about what these lists are meant to do and who they are meant to rile up.
I mean,
and the purpose of lists. So explain that to our audience.
Okay. Anytime you see a list, anyone's list
This is
outside of
true.
mine, anyone's list, not because I don't do that, but if they just put out an honest list that we all agree with,
It's not gonna get no clicks. I get it.
exactly. And again, these
It's
companies,
impossible though.
no, these companies are in the business of numbers and clicks and.
I agree.
But you know what?
Outrage
I don't mind a
and
little
shit like that.
curveball or two, but this is atrocious.
That's the point, though.
But this is
the
the
more
thing.
atrocious it is, the more people are going to start talking about it.
This is crazy.
But
This is insane.
music is so subjective. You got to have people from old school hip hop, young school hip hop in there collaborating on the list,
All right, this is where the pod's about to get good. Y'all are pulling it out of me.
right? You got to have young and old in there, white, black. You got to kind of, you know what I mean?
Sure.
This,
This ain't.
and you end up with this.
No, I don't think that this had representation from
No, not at all.
all classes.
Why?
Because I don't think that you would end up here. Stankonia is the number 2 hip hop album of all time. And no, there's 3 Outkast albums that are better than this. Maybe 4.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
There's To Pimp a Butterfly, great album, but he's got at least 2 albums that are better than that.
Thank you.
I think
Like-
I like the Chronic better than 2021. I mean,
Yeah,
2001.
absolutely. Like they're just missing
no Pac up
on
there.
even the artist's own discography within this list. By far.
Yeezus is on there.
Come on, son.
Yeezus is on there.
There's no Tupac on there.
I mean, Kanye's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and Yeezus is on there.
Why do you think, aside from Ice's point, why do you think these lists are constructed this way by some of these outlets? That's question 1. And 1A is, what do you say to the hip-hop artists that pander to these type of outlets?
I mean, there is validity in that. Like, Public Enemy, one of the greatest groups ever. I'm certainly not mad at them being in the top 20 list by any stretch of the imagination, but they pandered more towards like a rock and roll / Rolling Stone kind of audience as opposed to Mobb Deep. You know what I mean? Like those type of Yeezus would get a better review over there than Graduation probably will because it's got like a little bit more of a rocky kind of sound to it. So you're absolutely right in that.
That was your point? I thought you were saying the contrary.
Which would be?
I don't think, to just use Parks' hypothetical, I don't think Public Enemy and Rolling Stone would be number 4. Based on Rolling Stone and what they overall represent, I don't think.
I'm on record
I'm
with
kinda-
that is the album that changed my life and gave me a real
Definitely.
Absolutely not mad at that
look
being
at.
At all.
in that top 20. Certainly top 10. Still wouldn't be mad at it. Top 5. I'm not even tripping. Like
And Public Enemy, Chuck D is on my list. I can't say anything negative about
Nah,
Chuck
Chuck
D.
D.
No,
Yes,
no,
I
no.
do.
I'm saying
can't.
I don't
I'm
think
not
they
bashing that
pandered
selection.
to the Rolling Stone.
And what Parks is saying is
Gen-
correct. I don't know.
Gen-
That's a matter.
I don't know if it's them
sound.
pandering.
know
I
what
just
I'm
think that the sound fits with the rock and
What
roll.
Rolling Stone would look
does.
for.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, because my question I asked was, who was that? Conway, one of them came out and said, yo, fuck Rolling Stone. And then my question was, well, why don't more people take the stance of, yo, fuck them? Clearly they have no idea what they're talking about and shouldn't be discussing this.
That's us.
At least when B-Dot does it, but my theory is we can laugh at our own. We could play with our own. Like, y'all can't do it, but, like, we could do it. B-Dot make these lists, and we know where B-Dot comes from. We know his understanding of this. We were even if It's the Real did this list, we would not this list, but a list. They wouldn't do that.
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't do that.
They would not do that.
But if they did, even that would be welcomed because people know what they're about and what they're of. Mm-hmm. But Rolling Stone, I think way more people need to say fuck them. Like we give the credence to some of these places.
Absolutely,
sure.
That's true. We have this.
So when they
need to be
turn
accepted
around,
by them, that's
when
why.
they turn around and do this, and listen. Not to make it racy, because I'm on a weekend vibe today. But the elephant in the room for a little while, Ben, it's nothing but geeky white kids running some of these hip-hop outlets.
Facts.
Yeah.
And they hide behind the hip-hop outlet. Mm-hmm. I could tell by how y'all posted, what y'all post, the paragraph you post, the amount of time you got to sit to shut up.
Fam.
Like, why am I getting hot hip-hop new? Who are you?
Fam, I saw one of them blogs post something because we know what happened with Gunna.
Yeah.
And he was dating Chloe Bailey.
Uh-huh.
And the rapper dude, DDG, just caught a charge, and he was dating the other sister.
Okay.
And one of them little stupid blogs
I
put
saw
out
it.
there,
I saw it.
yo, Chloe and Haley might be working for the feds. And it's like, fam, like y'all are supposed to be hip-hop.
And I'm not trying to highlight the white part of that. There's nothing wrong with you being white.
It's the disconnected part.
It's a disconnect.
But you have disconnected white people that are making these lists, making these clickbaity headlines, like, and you just gotta. I gotta filter all of that.
Yes.
I hate to bring it back to inside outside shit, but and I hate to be old head talking about back in my day, but back in the day, hip hop journalists used to be outside.
No, they just were of the culture.
Yeah,
that's it.
And I think
but they would go to places and events and
True.
you know what I'm saying. They were
actually
outside.
be of the culture.
But I think that's because
Be
hip
outside
hop
in
wasn't
it.
as huge as it is today.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So
True.
People that were quote unquote real journalists, I'm saying that with air quotes, didn't necessarily want to be in a hip hop show unless you were of the culture.
True.
They tended to be a little more gritty. You know what I mean? Like less money.
Well, the criteria for the resume changed.
Money.
Mm-hmm. Like Leor said to me a long time ago, hip hop is so beautiful because it is accepting to all.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You could be the dropout, the drunk, the whoever you are. In hip hop, there's a spot for you. Now, some people think that that's horrible, and hip hop wasn't in such a sensitive place today as it was back then as it is today. So maybe you can't say that today, but I understood that. Today, I don't think it's like that. Now they're hiring. You have to. Some of these kids that are promoting this shit, they in Harvard or they over here.
You mean behind the scenes?
Yeah. I'm not talking about the artists.
Gotcha.
Artists, we still from the slums. The slums gonna always run shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the people that they're hiring to report on what we're reporting, how the fuck would they know anything about this?
Because they were 25, 26 years old, and they were in their house listening to hip hop. So they feel as though they have some level of expertise.
Well, they're just projecting what they think the culture is, essentially.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of these kids, when they put these lists out, especially younger ones, y'all don't know half of the shit on this list. You're saying what you think you should say.
Yeah.
Some of those.
It's a lot of that.
I'm not disrespecting nobody.
No. I'm not even talking.
Some of them some of those albums shouldn't be on that list.
But again, now think about it though.
Which ones?
I don't want to do that, but some of them.
Because a lot of the artists deserve to be on there.
And that's what I'm saying. I know I gotta put certain
some of those artists on there don't have
what.
a top 20 album in hip hop history. Some of those artists on that list shouldn't be on that list.
But to someone who don't really, you talking all time. So to somebody who's young, listen, somebody who's 25, 26 years old, I don't know shit about. My first, Get Rich or Die Trying might be their introduction to rap.
Okay.
So they don't know anything on here, but I know the names that I've been hearing over the years that these are the names. These are the ones.
Parks and I were the two to come in here when Cardi dropped and champion that project.
Love that album.
And say how it deserved to win Album of the Year.
Mm-hmm. We got killed for it too.
Yeah, we did, but I double down and triple down in
absolutely.
that album was a great debut album.
One of the better albums I would even say in the past 5 to 10 years.
1,000%.
Still goes too.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Still goes. Can still cut it on.
Still goes.
There's not an ear in hip hop that says that album should be in the top 20 albums
Absolutely
ever made.
not.
No,
Top 200, I'm not mad at it being in there.
I'm not trying to be funny.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
The clip shouldn't be.
And
in
this
the
is
top
without
20
me
albums.
this is without much thought.
Yeah.
This is just at your first glance. This is off muscle memory.
Right.
I mean, they got the wrong Biggie album.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree with
and
that.
I love that album.
I'm not mad at Ready to Die being there. But Life After Death is better than Ready to Die by miles.
yes.
Damn.
By miles.
By any metric, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like
You know what
Park
I'm
said,
saying?
they got to Pimp a Butterfly, and I get some of y'all. I get it.
No.
Stop.
Get it off.
The
Yeah,
Clips
get it the
album
fuck outta
shouldn't be
here.
in the top 20.
Where's Snoop?
Word.
I agree that Clips album should not be in this
Shouldn't be in the
discussion
top
as well.
20. Fam, there's no Tupac album in there.
It's crazy.
Not a one. Come on, dog.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Where's Doggy Style?
They got a couple that was
Still
right.
waiting to know.
Yeah, they got a couple.
No, some of the albums should be there, whether their placement
a couple
and
that
the
was
numbers
right,
are right or wrong. Like, I'm not mad at Paid in Full being there.
Of course not. Not mad at Wu-Tang.
I'm not mad at Into the 36 Chambers being
Not
there.
mad at Tribe Called Quest.
I'm not mad at that either. I'm not. Of course, we know I'm not mad at Lauren, but if you want to say rap album
I'm
of
not
all
mad
times,
at Lauren. Y'all could kill me. I'm not mad at Drake.
I'm not.
either.
I'm not
not mad
at
at that
Take
either.
Care either.
But 2001 is not better than the Chronic.
Never.
It is not.
Never.
That bothers me.
Never.
Yeah.
And that lets you know the people that are making the list, not necessarily, like I said, they're not necessarily listening to the project. They
don't
just
know these
know
projects,
a person from that need to be up there.
Do you
They
think
don't know
there's
these
there's a danger in media and journalism being inside guys like this? You know what I'm saying? Where they're kind of, to some degree, dictating how people perceive hip hop
Well,
Without-
I get your question.
with making up their own version of what it should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
to answer you, yes.
do you think there's a danger in that?
I'm gonna tell you.
Yes.
Corey made a point on the way over here.
Excited.
He was like, he said, "Ice, how old is your daughter?" I said, "My daughter's 2." He said, "Okay, let's fast forward. She's now 25,
yeah.
and Rolling Stone is still Rolling Stone.
Uh-huh.
So you might want to look into see, they put an article out in 2022
Yeah.
with the greatest hip hop albums of all time, and you might think this is
Valid. Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah.
so. There is a danger
Yeah.
when publications that we hold to be
And we don't have to say we. You could just say society in general.
Yeah.
Hip hop
I'm just
probably
saying
does
we.
not.
I didn't
hold
mean
it
us.
to-
I just
yeah.
meant we as a people. But that are held to be so high, put out bullshit.
Yeah. I agree.
So there's very dangerous.
We were to go back and be like, oh, don't mind anything that happened between 2010 and 2020, 2030 maybe, because everyone was just looking for clicks.
And then what happens? Like,
Yo, you know what's scary to
Worse.
me? Now that y'all bring it up, not to be just a slave to the past, but between 2010 and 2020, that decade of music, I got it pretty high.
It's high. It's high.
I have
That's
it
good.
very high, right?
Yeah.
I told you,
I may
I'll
have
stay
it
with
higher
that.
than some of y'all out there, but I
Every
think it
dec-
should be placed pretty high.
It's
To me,
high.
every decade just kept getting better of music.
I don't know about
For
that.
us
but-
to only
2010s,
be, for
yeah.
that decade to have been so great and littered with greatness in terms of projects and artists,
Artistry.
both new and old artistry,
Because it's even
as a whole,
even
genres.
TV, film, everything was fire.
Yeah.
Maybe not film as much. TV was fire.
I'm focused on the music
Yeah, sure,
releases
sure.
because the scary part to me is we're heading into 2023, and I see how fast y'all forgot that.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting around fighting for 90s, the 2000s, 03, pump it up, right? The 70, Marvin Gaye, whatever. Y'all forgot last decade.
Sure did.
So when we talk about when niggas like Vince and other people call me and just start talking about music becoming more and more obsolete, and then what you see what artists are doing with their old songs, the control that they have or don't have,
Selling it.
just weird things are going. T-Pain just said, yo, I made more money in gaming than I made in music in the last 5 years. And I'm sure more people have that story, but the more that story becomes widespread, that puts music in a dangerous space.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been in a dangerous space. I kept saying that, music today is just a stepping stone for a lot of these niggas. The love ain't there. The artistry ain't there.
Well, never mind that. To the
I'm getting out of
to
this.
the end user. It's like
Scary.
it's like a utility more than an art now. You know what I'm saying? It's like something that you have in the background, like lights as opposed to being the centerpiece like a painting on your wall, like it used to be.
When I was coming up, like a record deal for me signified, yo, I need to get Gloria Velez and them in my video. Like, I need a video like that. That's what it meant for me. Today, these niggas is looking at Jack Harlow poking his head out the Kentucky Fried Chicken window.
Yeah.
So they saying, well, I want that.
If I could get hot enough with some music real quick, I can get
They're saying
that.
Travis Scott sell Happy Meals, Meg
Yes,
do this.
bruh.
Like,
That's where we at
yo,
now
the
with
business is great, right? And
Yeah.
I'm sure there's reports out there with just how much money music is making
I think
now
it's almost
versus
to the peak CD era, which was the peak of the music industry.
There's
in
also
totality.
reports of some of these companies going public and not giving the artists a dime. We don't hear enough about that either.
Let's be clear. When they give the reports of the revenue being so high, they're not talking about for the artists. Like they're just talking about the overall revenue, like where that money's
So these
going.
companies going public?
Yeah, a couple of them. Yeah.
Wow.
You know the name of the game.
Yeah, but that would. Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's happening. I think Warner, right?
That's scary.
I don't know.
I think Warner's.
Joe Budden doesn't know.
No, I'm saying that's scary.
And I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not playing with none of your business. What I know,
Hey,
Leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments. Link in bio.
Who could it be? Oh yeah, y'all. I'm not playing with y'all, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, Jack Harlow, I know you from Kentucky. Lake Drum. You know what I mean? But this is nasty, yo. This is nasty, yo. But you can't say that.
Nah, I tell you.
You can't say that.
I know.
You can't say that.
Hey, let me be clear. I hate this.
I hate it too, but you can't say that. Because that's
Sorry.
my point. The kid that's trying to come up and rap today, he put one. He got on somehow and was hot.
Yeah.
Stamped, supported. I put an album out. My projection for the next album has me damn near double in where I was. The phone won't stop ringing now.
Yeah. All the news.
I'm taking every single bag that comes this way.
As he should.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Get it.
You can't be mad at it. But I'm
I
talking
don't-
from the couch,
Yeah.
And
looking at it.
I don't look at it as bad as you guys do, but
Well, they know.
nah, dog.
But why? Tell us.
I just look at it like if I was a rapper and let's say Ice was a rapper
I might be.
and this was his promo rollout, like, yo, Ice got a Checkers bag and he's at Checkers on Central Avenue giving out. I think that's dope. I
Ice
think
loves
that's good.
checkers.
Yeah.
Ice loves checkers.
I'm just saying, I think that's good marketing on his team's behalf. I don't look at it as ugly, and we've seen this before. This is not new.
Listen,
no, we ain't seen-
listen, Ish.
That's where
Don't make me go in depth about this. Because he put out a clip a few days later that says, I love black women.
I've always loved him.
So now don't.
Oh, you turn it. Okay. I mean, I was talking about from a.
Which I believe he does.
I believe
Sure.
from a music standpoint. I was what I was.
My thing, so if you do,
I just had my biggest first week ever. And I got a KFC campaign coming. Yo, I see how for an artist that's dope and exciting, yo. Be clear, I'm only talking about optics from a couch. If he wasn't from Kentucky, he better got killed for that.
bro, I don't think they do it if you're not from Kentucky.
Yeah.
That was their way of.
That was the
You
ploy.
don't
We're
think
gonna
they
have
do
it
it.
at the
Gotta.
Kentucky
They
Derby.
cannot do that
Kentucky
if he's
Fried
not from
Chicken.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
I see what
Like I didn't
Got
even
it,
put
got
two
it.
and two together.
Yeah.
And when we first talked
Jack
about it
and-
before, I said
Jack-
I hate it, and people was like, "Yeah, but he's from Kentucky." And I'm
Jack
like,
and Russ got a slap box, yo. They got a slap box just because we got to see it.
I still just don't like it. I mean, yeah, Kentucky. Okay, I still don't like it. Sorry.
All right.
Noodle bun. Enough, Daddy.